Today I fucked up by not taking my phone to the bathroom with me. This actually happened less than 15 minutes ago. I wake up, roll out of bed, and head to the bathroom to pee. No need to take my phone, right? So I do my business in like 15 to 20 seconds, wash my hands, and then try to open the door. It doesn't work. Try it again, and nothing. The doorknob turns, but it doesn't unlatch the door because apparently some mechanism within the door decided to break in the few seconds it took me to pee. At that point I realize I don't have my phone on me and I don't even know if anyone else is home, so I go into a full-on panic attack. Never in my life have I been locked inside a bathroom. On top of that, I'm in the basement where no one else is. So I start banging on the door and yelling at the top of my lungs, and after a few minutes my stepdad comes down the stairs. I've never felt so lucky in my life to have someone home. He had to get a bunch of tools and take the door handle apart for me to get out, and I joked with him that I would have been locked in there for hours if no one was home, and I would have had no way to contact anyone without my phone. So I learned my lesson today. Always bring your phone to the bathroom with you in case you get locked in and need to call for help. Embarrassed smiley face. Too long didn't read. I locked myself in the bathroom with no way out and I didn't have my phone to contact anyone. Luckily my stepdad was home and helped me get out. Edit, the stepdad jokes are really gross / uncomfortable. Please don't. Embarrassed smiley face. This happened to me a while ago, so I just broke the door. It was a nice oak door, the kind that cost around $200. Really bummed me out. Ooh, this is actually an important reason to bring your phone to the toilet. I knew there had to be a more important reason to bringing your phone than just sitting on the toilet scrolling Reddit until you've lost feeling in your legs. I got locked in a bathroom with my 4-year-old at a park we stopped at while traveling. Luckily 30 minutes later my husband came with our other 4-year-old to find out what the hell was taking me so long. It was a completely desolate park and looked as if it hadn't been maintenance in years. I'm not totally convinced that it wasn't a serial killer setup, honestly. It was so eerie. I just don't close the door. Granted, I live alone, but it's still a viable strategy. Smiley face. Today I fucked up by stretching in the morning. Today I pulled an all-nighter to fix my sleep schedule, so I was fucking tired. So at about 5 in the morning I walk into the kitchen to get some breakfast and stumbled upon my mother preparing for work. As I was gaming the last hours I stretch. My mother's eyes open in a way that only can be decrypted as surprise's Pikachu face and loudly exclaimed, "He got big." I was mortified. What the hell did she mean? Did my dick just fall out of my pants? And my mother was happily surprised and excited. Quickly I shouted, "What?" as I saw my mother's eyes widening as she was staring at my crotch area. I say another what in a more calming but still shaky voice. Turns out she meant my fucking belly, which was peeking out under my pullover. My tired ass thought she meant my dick. I cringe laughed so hard as I made my way to my room. I haven't left my room since. Sent help. Too long didn't read. I thought my mother was excited about my penis. Edit, people DM me thinking I want to bang my mom, so I have to clarify a few things. First, I was thinking she meant my penis at first because in my language it's weird to say he got big if you refer to the belly. And I am a tired dumbass. Second, in my family, it's a running joke that I eat a lot. My mother always complains how food just disappears overnight, and then we have a back and forth that I don't eat that much. She was happily surprised and excited because I obviously gained weight and she has proof I am eating a lot. It's not mean-spirited, it's just family weirdness and actually great fun. Edit, spelling. You had us in the first half, I'm not gonna lie. I was still trying to figure out which boy part belly which was code for. I don't get why people think you want to have sex with your mum. This post is hilarious. I too have thought some questionable things when very tired. Why would you be excited your mother would be talking about your dick? I wasn't, I thought my mom was. In my family, it's a running joke that I eat a lot. My mother always complains how food just disappears overnight, and then we have a back and forth that I don't eat that much. She was excited because I obviously gained weight and she has proof I am eating a lot. It's not mean-spirited, it's just family weirdness and actually great fun. Him disgusted by people asking about banging his mom. People had to understand it's not at all good to think of family like that. Well, I'm not happy ABT it. I don't know if you guys are. Still disgusting to think abt doing that. Today I fucked up by not reading the instructions for my final exam carefully. Today I took the final exam for my statistics class and it was pretty easy. Unfortunately I didn't read the instructions and most of my answers may not be graded, so I could definitely fail it. For the final we were given 2 hours to answer 10 problems, all of which required coding in R. The problems themselves were pretty straightforward and the only times I got stuck were when I forgot a comma or something. It took a bit longer than expected, so I rushed towards the end. I submitted my work and then proceeded to study for my other exams, feeling very accomplished. Now this is the interesting part. My professor sent out an email later in the evening updating us on when grading would be done. In that email she pointed out how some students didn't write any comments on their code and wouldn't receive credit for those problems. I made maybe 4 comments on my exam to save time. Normally I'm pretty good about commenting on my code for homework, but I didn't see that it was required for a grade in the instructions, so I thought I could get away with not writing any. This wouldn't make me so anxious if the final wasn't 50% of my grade and the class wasn't required for my major. Anyway, upon having this realization I immediately sent an email to my professor apologizing and asking if she would grade a commented version. I expressed my willingness to even have my new score reduced as long as it means I get to pass the class. After sending that, I wrote comments for every line of code I wrote for that exam. Now I'm up at 1 AM writing this post because I'm too anxious about my career to fall asleep. Hopefully she is merciful and I don't have to retake the class. Too long didn't read. I didn't comment on my code for a test that's worth half of my grade because I thought I didn't need to, and now my exam might not be graded as a result unless my professor gives me a second chance. Commenting every line, usual means you failed at commenting. Comments should be why not what you did. If it were part of the instructions or directions and she fails you, I get it. But if the comments requirement was not included and she still fails you, that'd be FD up. Well, Oofy said he didn't read the instruction clearly. But professors should generally not be looking to fail their students. If this was a small assignment then sure, fail this guy. But to fail their final and the whole class after everything is pretty messed up. If this is how they usually do things, then he deserved to fail. But if it's not and it's the only thing, it's understandable, and I hope his professor understands too. I'll jump in here and say commenting should be mandatory. Too many programs are undocumented messes and can't be figured out by the person who wrote them 6 months later. Tell why you wrote it this way! Cheers. Okay, when can you update us? Saturday at the latest. It all depends on if/when she replies to my email. They should be teaching how to write self-documenting code so that you should barely have to comment.